Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome back to our background campaign for Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle. We had a battle with Cthulhu last week in Cthulhu Death May Die. So now we're back to the wizarding world of Harry Potter to continue our background campaign of Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle. We've been doing a background campaign for Hero Realms, so this will work in the exact same way, where we'll be able to step in and out of this with other content on the channel. To refresh our memory, we're playing in a deck-building environment to defeat the villains in our game in the wizarding world of Harry Potter. And similar to what we're doing with the background campaign for Hero Realms, we're going to introduce the same house rule to accommodate the treadmill campaign experience, where you lose either two scenarios, or you either lose one scenario twice, or a total of 4 scenarios over the campaign. We're going to wrap the campaign. So let's go meet our starting characters once again, just to refresh our memories. Our first character is Hermione Granger. We still only have her Game 1 card active. So our starting quote, "Now, if you two don't mind, I'm going to bed before either of you come up with another clever idea to get us killed, or worse, expelled." We'll take a look at our starting hand. Okay, hopefully we get some spells to start with then, and something powerful at that. Each of our characters will start with 10 health. When they get stunned, they'll basically lose their turn, and we'll detail how that happens when it actually happens. We've got spaces here for shots and coins. Again, we'll see how that comes into play later on during the game, but that will do it for Hermione. Let's go meet her starting partner. Hermione is starting off paired with Neville Longbottom, the lovable but forgetful character in the Harry Potter universe. Only problem is, I can't remember what I've forgotten. Taking a look at Neville's starting hand, we see he's got some firepower available to him to start the game as well. With meeting Neville, let's go over to the board and start setting up our start of Game 2. This time we have 3 locations in the game. Our first location is the Forbidden Forest. We need 4 villain control to lose control of the location. Only reveal 1 Dark Arts card. Our first villain that we're going to be dealing with, and we only flip up 1 like in Game 1, Draco Malfoy. Each time villain control is added to the location, active hero loses 2 health. And as a reward, when we defeat him, we remove 1 villain control from the location at 6 health to defeat him. Let's take a look at our starting market. So first up we've got Fawkes the Phoenix for 5. Choose 1. Gain 2 shots, or all heroes gain 2 health. Next up, Expelliarmus for 6. Gain 2 shots and draw a card. Then Reparo, choose 1 for 3. Choose 1. Gain 2 coins or draw a card. Then Essence of Dittany, any 1 hero gains 2 health. Incendio for 4, gain 1 shot and draw a card. And another Reparo, which we looked at when it first came out. So that is everything set up. So let's go ahead and get right into Hermione's first turn. We'll start the turn off with a Dark Arts card. So for Hermione, all heroes lose 1 health and can't draw extra cards this turn. Active hero draws 5 at the end of the turn. Well, good thing we're not drawing extra cards this turn. So what is Hermione doing? She's going to play out 2 Alohomores for 2. Time Turner gives her another 1, and spells she acquires go on top. So she's at 3 right now. We're going to choose to gain a shot from Crookshanks, which will go right on Draco. And the Tails of Beetle the Barb, so she can either choose to gain 2 or all heroes gain 1. And if we had 5 coins, I'd probably take the 2, but I think all heroes gain 1, which will bring Hermione up to 4, and Neville will stockpile 1 for his turn. Because of the Time Turner, which lets me put spells on top of my deck instead of my discard pile. That will get Hermione an early Incendio. So that'll go to the top of her deck. All of this will move to the discard pile. Then Hermione will draw the aforementioned Incendio. 1, 2, 3, 4. Along with a whole mess of Alomoras. But hopefully we can work with that. Then moving into Neville's turn, we'll flip a Dark Arts for him. Actually, we'll replace the market. We will find Albus Dumbledore for 8. All heroes gain 1 of everything. That is probably not happening unless a miracle happens. So for Neville's Dark Arts, active hero loses 2. We skipped over resolving Draco's ability, but nothing happened. We didn't put any villain control on the location. So Neville will play out 3 Alomoras. He's a little bit dinged up, but not bad. We'll take 2 shots from Trevor and Mandrake. The 2 shots will go on Draco, and then for 3, he'll buy a Reparo. And all of that will move to Neville's discard pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Neville has a whole bunch of coins coming up. Then we're getting ready for Hermione's turn, but we need to replace the market first. We find Finite for 3, remove 1 villain control from the location. For Hermione's turn, her Dark Arts. He who must not be named. Add 1 villain control to the location. And then since it's added, Draco's ability does go off and Hermione will lose 2 health. We're not in impossible shape. Hermione will play out her early Incendio to put a shot on Draco. The shot will go straight on Draco. And then she'll draw a card, so she will draw another Aloomora, which will give her a total of 5. And this would have been a situation where the time turner would have made a difference. Where Beetle Barb would have made a big difference, because 6 would have gotten her Expelliarmus, but 5 will still get her a very good ally in Fawkes the Phoenix. So we'll go ahead and shuffle these up. Come on. There we go. Two, 3, 4, 5. We'll see what Hermione's got to start her turn. Okay, this could be interesting. Replacing the market, we will find another Incendio for 4. Moving down to Neville, our Dark Arts for him. Expulso, active hero loses 2. So Neville's down to 5. The 1 coin he had floated away. So I'll actually give him a total of 5. Which 5 I think will go to a Reparo and an Essence of Dittany. And then like Hermione, Neville will also shuffle. Since he doesn't have a draw pile right now. Let's take a look at Hermione's hand. There's a chance we can get rid of Draco this turn, but we'll find out about that soon enough. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. If Hermione can't, he's going to be around for at least 2 more turns. So, replacing the market, another Incendio, and Rubius Hagrid. Gain 1 shot, all heroes gain 1 health. He costs 4 to pick up. So Hermione flips over. Let me just double check. I believe, yep, that's Neville. Okay, so Hermione's hand can come over, but we need a Dark Arts card for her first. Hand of Glory. Active hero loses 1 health, place 1 villain control on the location, which will cause Draco to trigger and Hermione will lose 2 more. She's going to need some healing. We'll start off with Incendio to put a shot on Draco and draw a card. So Hermione will draw. Crookshanks. So now we've got a bit of a dilemma on our hands. Do we take the shot and take out Draco, or do we heal? Let me look at Neville's hand. Neville is not healing this turn. I think we just wipe out Draco. So that'll put the last shot on Draco. He's defeated. We do get to remove a control from the location. And then she has 1, 2, 3, 4 to buy with, and spells go on top because of the time turner, which will grab an Incendio. We'll probably plan on having Neville heal Hermione when his healing cards start coming up. So we've got... Actually, Fawkes could be good for healing as well. So replacing the market, we find... Yet another Incendio. I'm not sorry to see those, especially in combination with the time turner. Then Neville, we need a new villain before we go into his turn. So we find... Quirinus Quirrell. Active hero loses 1 health. As a reward, all heroes gain a coin and a health. We need to get rid of him pronto. He's going to suck Hermione dry if we're not careful. So for the dark arts, we find that this does not want to focus. I think it's focusing there. All heroes choose 1. Discard a spell or lose 2 health. Let's see. Neville can toss an Alohomora. Oop, not to the top of the deck. Hermione will also toss an Alohomora. Then Quirinus' ability will go off and Neville will lose 1 health. Right, losing the Alohomora leaves Neville with 4 to buy with, I should say, which he'll grab an Incendio. Actually, I wonder if I should grab Rubius. I think that's a better idea. We'll grab Rubius. Because Hermione can get spells to the top of her deck with the time turner. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to do some... heal. I think we're probably going to have Hermione do a little healing with Neville's hand this turn. Assuming she survives. So replenishing the market. We find another Reparo. Then moving into Hermione's turn, our Dark Arts card. All heroes choose 1. Discard an ally or lose 2 health. Oh, that's bad. Hermione has Fawkes. I think she'll lose 2. She's immediately going to probably be healing that off. Neville will toss Trevor. Then Quirinus' ability goes off. She'll lose 1 more, going down to 1. As much as I want to use Fawkes to put some damage on Quirrell, I think I need to heal. So all heroes will gain 2, which will Hermione just out of the danger zone. Neville's up to 6. We'll use Incendio to put a shot on Quirrell and draw a card. So Hermione will draw. Another Alohomora to give her 1, 2. Beetle the Barb could turn that into 4, or 3, and Neville would gain 1. Neville... do I want Neville going into his deck, or do I want more coins? Well, even if I take more coins, I don't think... is there anything out there for... Actually, we'll have Hermione take the coin so that she can get another Incendio. We need more attack spells. Alright, so Hermione will be shuffling her deck. One, two, three, four. Hermione, we see, has all coins coming up. Then replenishing the market, we find another Finite for 3. Moving into Neville's turn, his Dark Arts. Flipendo, active hero loses 1 and discards a card, which will turn into 2 because of Quirrell. So Neville will go down to 4, and he'll toss... He'll toss a Reparo, I guess. It's his least... It's his worst good card, I guess. These are all pretty good. So, we'll spread the healing love around. Each hero will essentially heal 2 because we'll use 1 of those on Hermione. Neville will take the other one. So Hermione's up to 5, Neville's up to 6. Reparo will draw him a card. I mostly want to see if I can get another shot to put on Quirrell, which I cannot. So the one coin floats away. We're also shuffling Neville's deck. One, two, three, four, 5. We've got a little bit more coming up. Then moving into Hermione's turn. Dark Arts for the turn. All heroes choose 1. Discard an item or lose 2. Does Hermione have an item? She does not, so she has to take the lose 2 health. Neville does have the Remember All, and he actually doesn't mind discarding this, because if he discards this, he gains 2 coins. So we'll put 2 coins with Neville. And then Hermione will lose another 1 because of... I think I took the 1 loss already from Quirrell. Hermione has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to buy with, which will be an Incendio, and the last one will float away. 2 would float away if I bought one of the 3-cost cards out there anyway, so it doesn't really matter what I buy. But we'll see that Hermione's got some serious firepower coming up. But we need to see what happens in the next couple of turns. So Hermione will find Wingardium Leviosa. Gain 1 coin, and you may put items you acquire on top of your deck instead of in your discard pile. Moving over to Neville's turn, his Dark Arts. Flipendo. Active hero loses 1 health and discards a card, which will turn into 2 because of Quirrell. Discards a card, he'll have to be in a Alohomora, which will bring him down to 5 coins with the 2 he got from discarding the Remember All earlier. I think it'll be a Finite and a Wingardium Leviosa. I really want to try to get that Expelliarmus 2, 3, 4, 5. I really want to try to get that Expelliarmus with her on a turn when Hermione has the Time Turner available to her. Okay, we've got a decent amount of healing or firepower depending on what we end up needing. So replacing the market. Lumos, all heroes draw a card. And Oliver Wood for 3. Gain 1 shot. If you defeat a villain, any one hero gains 2 health. Moving up to Hermione's turn, our Dark Arts. Hand of Glory. Active hero loses 1, which will turn into 2 because of Quirrell. And we add a villain control to the location. We're probably going to have to bite the bullet at this point on getting Hermione stunned. So I think... Let's see, 1, 2, and spells would go on top. Alright, so yeah, I think we're just going to have to bite the bullet and get rid of Quirrell at this point. So we'll start off with an Alohomora. Fox, Hermione will take 2 shots. Incendio, she'll gain another 1 shot and draw a card. So she will draw. Beetle the Bard. We'll see what we do with the coins on that. We'll take another shot from Crookshanks. I think we're going to be one short, but I'm thinking Neville will be able to finish him off. And the Time Turner, which will put spells on top. So we'll put 4 shots on Quirrell. I've let him linger for too long. 2, 3, 4. And then do I want 3? Do I want 3 and Neville to have 1? Or 4? 4 would get me to Lumos. Problem is I don't know what villain's coming up next, but I know Neville can flip it. I think I'll take the 4 coins, which will get me to Lumos. So all heroes will be able to draw a card. And I think that is it for Hermione's turn, which means we are going to be... Are we reshuffling our deck? Barely, but yes. So we have the aforementioned Lumos. We've got some serious firepower coming up if Hermione lasts. And flipping Quirrell is going to make that more likely. How many cards do we have over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a look at Hermione's new hand. We've got the aforementioned Incendios. Okay, we could potentially have a lot of firepower coming up, but again, Hermione's going to need to last. And we find Ginny Weasley for 4. Gain a shot and a coin. Moving into Neville's turn, his Dark Arts. Come on. He Who Must Not Be Named. Add 1 villain control to the location. Then Neville will lose 1 health, going down to 3. Then looking at his hand, I only need 1 shot to flip Quirrell over. So I'll have... I'll use Trevor to get the shot that Neville needs to flip Quirrell over. And then I'll use Mandrake to heal Hermione for 2. So we'll put her up to 3. And then we've got 3 coins. The aforementioned shot will go on Quirrell. So all heroes will gain a coin and a health, which will bring Neville up to 4. Hermione's got 1 stocked going into her turn. And all heroes gain 1 health as well. So Hermione's out of the danger, out of the woods. Which means Quirrell can go to the discard pile. And for 4, I think Neville will grab Ginny. Because that'll use his coins most effectively. Then we will draw 3, 4. We'll give this a shuffle. Didn't mean to jar the camera with that shuffle. 5. Take a look at the hand. Okay, we can do some serious draw here, but we got to see what we're replenishing the market. So we find another Essence of Dittany. And then before I flip the villain, I need to take a small break. We're doing okay looking at the board. We're almost all the way through our first location, but we're also going into our 3rd villain. So let's find out who we've got to deal with now. Oh, geez, the Basilisk. Heroes can't draw extra cards, and we've been accumulating a lot of draw cards. You still draw 5 new cards at the end of your turn. As a reward, all heroes draw a card and remove 1 villain control from the location. Okay, that is really annoying as I looked at Hermione's hand. But we do have somewhat of a chance to heal up. We also need to race through that, though, so we find... For Dark Arts, all heroes lose 1 and double can't draw extra cards. So down to 3 on both of them. So the Lumos is wasted. The Incendios will give us 2 shots, but we can't draw cards with those. That could have been a really good turn. Then the coins, now we can grab the Essence of Dittany for 2. And do we want to heal, or do we just want to fly through the Basilisk? I don't want that Basilisk out any longer than necessary. Healing for 2 more health would be a very good thing, but I think I'm going to get through the Basilisk as fast as I can, so we're going to take the 2 shots from Fox, which will go on the Basilisk along with the 2 Hermione's got, along with the 2 she got from the Incendios, and then 2 will grab her an Essence of Dittany. So that coin's gone. And we'll draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, another Incendio that's going to go to waste. Then we'll replenish the market with an Expelliarmus for 6. Going into Neville's turn, our Dark Arts. Expulso, active hero loses 2. Which now it's Neville's turn to be in the deep water. That's Hermione's hand. Let's bring Neville's over. Here we are. Okay, so we'll take a shot from Root from Hagrid. All heroes gain 1. So shot, all heroes gain 1. Let's see, we have to take the 4 coins. We have to take 4 coins from 2 Reparos because we can't draw extra cards. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 coins. Essence of Dittany, which I will have Neville heal with that. So he'll go up to 4. And an Alohomora for 1, which will give him a total of 5 coins. I really wanted to get to 6 for an Expelliarmus, but Affinite is another good thing to have, and then the other 2 coins will float away. Then we'll put the shot on the Basilisk. Neville will draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be 5, right? Yes. Okay. Okay, we've got mostly coins, and we can get rid of the villain control. Replenishing the market, we find a Descendo for 5 to gain 2 shots. That could be good if we can get that. Well, we can't get it this turn, but hopefully it won't be too long before we can. Last Dark Arts of the deck, but we'll be reshuffling on Neville's turn. This is Hermione, though. He who must not be named. Add 1 villain control to the location. So, the one thing to note is we are at full villain control on the Forbidden Forest right now, but that doesn't flip until the end of the turn. So theoretically, we would have a chance to be able to stop that from flipping if we can get rid of control off the location. Unfortunately, we can't. So that is going to be flipping on the end of the turn. So we've got, so looking at Hermione's hand, we've got 4 Alohomoras, and an Incendio, which all we can use off of that is the shot, which the shot will go right on the Basilisk. And then for 4, we'll grab Oliver Wood and let the 1 go to waste. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looking at Hermione's hand. Okay, we can probably, if Neville has at least 1 shot in hand, we should be able to take out the Basilisk this turn. So, flipping over a new card. Another Descendo for 5. Right. Okay, that was Hermione's turn. I just forgot to move the token. Neville will shuffle up the Dark Arts. Give that a cut. And then Neville's Dark Arts. Flipendo. Active hero loses 1 health and discards a card. Oh, that reminds me. Once I finish discarding Neville's card, which will be a Remember All to give him 2 coins, we do need to flip over a new location. So the villains have taken control of the Forbidden Forest, which means we have to now retreat to the Quidditch Pitch, which is another 4-villain control location, still only revealing 1 Dark Arts card. Now that we've got that straight, we discarded the Remember All. Finite is a turn too late, so we can't use that. And then we've got 3 coins, which is going to end up being a Reparo. We can probably still take out the... Actually, I forgot we've got the... How did Neville have 2 extra coins? I don't think he did, so I think he only had the... Oh, wait, he had 1 from... Hang on. He might be able to buy something more than a Reparo. Let's see, 3, 4, 5... I know he got an extra coin from defeating... That was a while ago, though. That was a while ago that we defeated Quirrell. We've been on the Basilisk for a couple turns now. I think I was probably just accumulating coins. So yeah, Neville only had 3, which means he can only buy the Reparo. Oh, no, I remember how. Neville, right, never mind. Neville discarded the Remember All. That's how he had 2 extra coins. I knew there was something. So, the Finite is still useless. The Alohomores bring him up to 5. Okay, now that I've got that straight, now Neville will buy a Descendo for 5. Okay, now that we've got that little derpiness figured out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like it's going to fall to Hermione to try to take out the Basilisk, which might... Well, if Hermione can't, Neville definitely can. But we need to replenish the market, so we find... Arthur Weasley for 6. All heroes gain 2 coins. Moving into Hermione's turn, our Dark Arts... All heroes choose 1. Discard an item or lose 2 health. Hermione has an item, but do I think I'm using it this turn? No. And what about Neville? Neville has an item, but can he do without it? I'm not real happy about it, but probably. So we'll discard the Mandrake. Then moving into Hermione's turn, we'll take the 2 shots from Crookshanks and the Incendio. 2 more coins with Alohomora. We'll take the 2 shots from those 2, defeat the Basilisk, so all heroes draw a card and remove 1 from the location. So Hermione will actually be drawing 2 cards, because the Incendio has draw a card on it, so Hermione technically will be drawing 2 cards. This is the one from defeating the Basilisk. So we find Beetle the Bard. Then we'll shuffle her deck up and give her another draw from Incendio. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with Beetle the Bard. A lot of it's going to depend on this draw, because if it's a 2-coin draw, I'm probably giving Hermione the 2 coins from that so I can get an Expelliarmus. And then this is the draw from the Incendio, so Hermione will find the Time Turner, which is also an interesting decision. Neville will draw from defeating the Basilisk. Another Alohomora, so not as exciting. But, let's see. 5 would get us a big jump on defeating whatever the next villain is, which I think I'll take. So Hermione will have 5 coins, And then the time turner will put the Descendo on top of her deck. So whoever this is coming out is already getting free rocked for 2. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a look at Hermione's hand. Okay, so yeah, somebody's getting rocked. Before we find out, we need to before we find out who that is, we need to replenish the market with Polyjuice Potion. Choose an ally you have played this turn. You may copy the effects of that ally. Oh my. Then our new villain hopefully won't screw with us directly. Lucius Malfoy with 7 health. Each time villain control is added to the location, remove 1 shot from all villains. Reward all heroes, gain a coin, and remove 1 villain control from the location. Later games, he is a big problem that needs to be dealt with, but he's at least not going to screw with us directly. So, flipping over the card. Expulso, active hero loses 2 health. So Neville's back in the deep water again. Let's see. Ginny Weasley, all heroes will gain a shot and a coin. The shot will go straight on Lucius from Neville. Hermione will bank hers. Then we've got 3 coins, plus 1 for 4, with Wingardium Leviosa, and items we acquire go on top. Which, I think we'll grab the Polyjuice Potion. Hermione's actually got stronger allies in her deck, but no, I think we're going to grab the Polyjuice Potion. Because being able to copy Trevor and do more healing with that could be very useful. Let's see. Hold that thought for a second. Once we get Neville shuffled up, we'll take a look at his hand. One, two, three. Okay, we've actually got some pretty good options with the Polyjuice Potion, but let's see what happens here. So we will find Sorting Hat for 4 coins. Gain 2, and you may put allies you acquire on top of your deck instead of your discard pile. Turn will move over to Hermione, and we'll flip over a Dark Arts card. We will find Flipendo. Active hero loses 1 health and discards a card. Hermione's not just in deep water, but she's not real happy right now. We'll toss in a Loomora. Alright, we'll play out the Descendo, gaining 2 shots. So Hermione's up to a total of 3 right now. Incendio for another 1 and draw a card. So Hermione will then draw. Another Loomora, which will bring her up to 2 coins, which are both going to waste. The Essence of Dittany, however, is going to heal Neville for 2. 4 shots going straight on Lucius. So now we're in a possibility of being able to just take Lucius out on Neville's next turn. So those will move to the discard pile. Hermione will draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got some serious firepower coming up. Turn will move to Neville. Dark Arts. All heroes lose 1 health and can't draw extra cards this turn, which fortunately doesn't stun us. That, I believe, is Hermione's hand. Yes. Alright, so we're both still at 2 health. We're not very happy, but again, it's survivable. Alright, so we'll start off with Hagrid. Gain a shot, all heroes gain a health. So back up to 3. 2 Lomoras. Trevor, which is giving me some options here. And then Polyjuice Potion, which we'll use to copy... who do we want to copy here? I think we'll copy Hagrid with that. So we'll give Neville another shot. All heroes will gain another one, so they're both up to 4. And then we'll use Trevor to gain 2 health, so Neville will be up to 6. And then 2 shots on Malfoy will take him out. All heroes gain a coin. So 1 and 1, and we'll remove 1 still non-existent villain control from the location. So we have defeated Lucius, which means he is off the board. And then for 3, that gets Neville a Reparo. Then we'll draw back up. Neville's coin is gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Taking a look at the hand. Finite is still highly useless right now. New card for the market. Another Essence of Dittany. Then before we jump into Hermione's turn, we need a new villain. So here we will find... We're on... I didn't realize we... Oh, we must have... Okay, we flew through the Basilisk. Right. So now we have... Crabbe and Goyle coming up for 5. Each time a Dark Arts event or villain causes a hero to discard a card, that hero loses 1 health. As a reward, all heroes draw a card. Speaking of Dark Arts, for Hermione's turn... Active hero loses 1 health, add 1 villain control to the location. So 1, Hermione's down to 3, and a villain control on the location. Looking at Hermione's hand, there's a pretty good chance we just take out these 2 bozos this turn. So we'll start off with an Incendio for a shot and draw a card. So Hermione will draw. An Alohomora. Then we'll start off, then we'll go with another Incendio to gain another shot and draw another card. Hermione draws. Another Alohomora. Let's see. Lumos, so all heroes draw a card. Neville can draw. Hermione will need to shuffle, so Neville will draw. His Mandrake. Hermione will shuffle up. Alright, that's a draw for Hermione, so she will draw. Time Turner for 1, which gives her a coin, and I can put spells I acquire this turn on top. Which will play out the coins next, so that'll bring up to 3 coins. Actually, that's a total of... Oh, she had 4 from... She had 4 from Lucius. That's right. Let's see, we have 2 shots. We'll play Oliver Wood for another one. If you defeat a villain, any 1 hero gains 2 health. The question now is, do we just go ahead and take out these 2 bozos? And I think the answer is yes. So Fox the Phoenix will give Hermione 2 more shots. And we'll just one-shot these 2 bozos. So Crabbe and Goyle are both going to bite it, and all heroes draw a card. Neville will draw. A Reparo, which could be useful. Hermione will draw. An Incendio. The shot will go to waste because we don't have a villain out, but the draw won't, so Hermione draws. An Essence of Dittany, which I will have Hermione heal herself with that. Okay, so we've got a total of 4 coins, and spells go on top, but the only spells right now cost 6 despite our best efforts, so I think we'll just grab... the Sorting Hat. So all of this will move to Hermione's discard pile, along with the coins going back to the supply. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll look at our draw. I don't think this game is lasting too much longer. We'll find out, though. Coming out of to replenish the market, we have Dobby the House Elf for 4. Remove one villain control from the location and draw a card. So our last villain is Tom Riddle. For each ally in hand, active hero chooses one. Lose 2 health or discard a card. We won't bother with the reward since Tom is our last villain in this game. So Neville's Dark Arts. Obliviate. All heroes choose one. Discard a spell or lose 2 health. Neville has an Aloha... Actually, Neville has an... Yeah, Neville has an Aloha he can toss to that. Hermione also has an Aloha she can toss to that. That is for Tom's active ability. For each ally in hand, he's got 1. So he's got to choose to lose 2 health or discard a card. He will discard the Finite. Because we don't have... Because we're only on the second location and the game's almost over. But before I jump into Neville's turn, I actually need to take a small break. As I was going through figuring out how I was going to end the game shortly, I didn't even realize the camera was ticking over that long. I usually try to... When games record as flows like this, I normally try to break every about 20 minutes or so. Just turn the camera off, kind of grab a sip of whatever I'm drinking. Just kind of recalibrate a little bit. So... Coming back to this, Aloha gives him a coin. Ginny will give him a coin and a shot. We'll draw a card with Reparo. I want to try to put some damage on, try to soften Tom up. Hermione's probably going to finish the game on her turn. Another Aloha to get another coin, which will bring him up to 3. Wingardium Leviosa will bring him up to 4, and items go on top. And Mandrake, which will give him another shot. So that's all the softening up we could do. Tom takes 2, goes down to 4 health. And then 4 coins. I think we bypass efficiency and get the essence of Dittany. It's going to make 2 coins go to waste, but just in case this goes sideways and Hermione doesn't have as many shots in her hand as I think she does, this way I have a little bit more healing that I can use to recover. So we've got the essence of Dittany. Okay. If Hermione can't, as long as she can do some damage, Neville should be able to finish the game. So last card. Another Polyjuice Potion for the market. Moving into Hermione's turn. Our Dark Arts. Hand of Glory. Active hero loses 1. Add 1 villain control to the location. So Hermione will lose 1. Then Tom's ability will trigger for each ally in hand. We have Crookshanks. I'll discard Beetle the Bard. The Tales of Beetle the Bard, but I think Hermione's just finishing the game here, so Descendo will give her 2 shots. Incendio will give her another 1, and she'll draw a card. Hermione will draw a Aloha for 1, but I don't think the coin's going to do anything. Crookshanks will give her the last shot. We'll give her 4 shots, and then that is Xaxes to take out Tom Riddle. And all heroes could choose to gain 2 health or search for an ally. If the game was continuing, Hermione would probably grab Fox and do some healing, but since it's not, and then who would Neville grab? Probably Hagrid, for the same reason that Hermione would grab Fox, but that is enough damage to take out Tom Riddle, and that is Game 2 of Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle in the books. So we'll be on to Game 3 of this when we come back to this. Make a note on here. Alright, so that's it for this playthrough of Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle. Wednesday we'll see the 8th game on my Tack Up Wargaming list to take us to the Soviet Union, circa June 1941. as we play Absolute War, the Russian front 1941 to 45. As for next week, we'll move back to the Atlantic as we recall Commandant Zimmer from R&R to run through a few patrols in the Hunters. We're also still going to have a deep product unboxing on Dawn of Ulos later this afternoon, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.